back to another episode of the Body and Mind Strong podcast. My name is Renee, your host and integrated wellness coach. My mission with Body and Mind Strong is to help active, busy women like yourself reclaim their health, their strength, and their sense of self in a way that's sustainable and actually fits their life. So today, let's talk about that dreaded phase in fat loss journey, that plateau. If you've ever been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're doing all the things, you feel like you're putting in the effort, and then suddenly nothing, zero, zip. That scale stops moving, your progress feels like it's stalled, and frustration starts creeping in. Sound familiar? Now, before we jump into solutions, we need to take a step back and ask the really important question. Are you actually in a fat loss plateau, or are you just defining progress too narrowly? Because there's a difference between weight loss and fat loss. The scale is just one data point. It doesn't tell the full story. Your body composition, your measurements, how your clothes fit, and even your energy levels, all those matter. This is why having multiple data points is so important. Things like progress photos, measurements, even something like a DEXA scan if that's available to you. If you're only relying on the scale, you might miss the progress that's actually happening. And also, let's be honest here. How are you defining a plateau? If your weight only changed by a quarter of a pound, are you calling that stuck? Because real progress isn't always perfectly linear, and small fluctuations are completely normal. Now, when it comes to true plateaus, there are two main reasons for this trend to happen. And this comes from research by Bill Campbell, and I'll have his information in the show notes and how you can find his information because I know I've talked about him before and I'm going to probably keep bringing him up because he is just a wealth of information and I love this man. All right, the first is metabolic adaptation. As you lose weight, your body requires fewer calories. That's normal. Your body is smaller, so it doesn't need as much energy to function. But metabolic adaptation goes a step further. Your metabolic rate slows down more than expected, making continued fat loss more challenging. The second reason, and this is a big one, is non-compliance. And I want to say this in the most real, non-judgmental way possible. Life happens, we get busy, we get tired, we get bored. Maybe we loosen up a little bit here and a little bit there. And over time, these little shifts start to add up. And what's really interesting is the research actually shows plateaus are more strongly linked to non-compliance than metabolic adaptation, which makes sense when you really think about it. We're human. Behavior plays a huge role in our results. So if you feel like you're hitting a plateau, here's where I want you to start. First things first, do nothing. And I mean that intentionally. I know it's contradicting, but that is what it is. I want you to do nothing. I want you to pause and check in with yourself. How long have you actually been in this plateau? Has it been a week? Has it been 2 weeks? Has it been a day or two? Because that might not be a plateau at all. That could just be normal fluctuation. So give yourself a moment to assess before reacting. And I kind of want to add on to this because what I've noticed working with women in the past, we all have these patterns where I will see women over time. It's almost like this consistent pattern. It's the craziest thing. I will see these plateaus throughout this pattern, and then they hit this plateau, and then all of a sudden, boom, the weight drops. And they keep dropping, they hit a plateau, and nothing they do changes. They just hit this plateau, and then boom, the weight starts to come off. So plateaus are actually a very common part, and it doesn't mean you're not losing weight. So that's why I want you to give yourself some time. Don't do anything. Check in what's going on. Has been a week or two, and then just kind of assess everything. So, all right. Let's get back to it. Number 2, get back to tracking, not in a restrictive way, but in an awareness building way. Track your food, track habits, track physical activities, track mood, track sleep, track water. You get the point here. You need to know what's actually going on. And more importantly, you deserve to understand your own pattern, which is what I mentioned earlier. Number 3, check your nutrition. Are you eating more than you think? Or maybe are you not eating enough? Both of these can be issues. This might mean measuring your food again, revisiting your portions, and taking a look at your macros. Not forever, just long enough to recalibrate and bring awareness back in. All right, number 4, change up your fitness routine. Just like the body adapts to consistent calories and macro levels, it adapts to consistent workouts. So if you've been doing the same workout for a while, the exercise may not be as effective as they once were. This doesn't mean you need to completely overhaul everything, but small changes, like change the intensity, change the volume, or even try something new. All this can make a big difference. All right, number 5, check in with your behaviors and your emotions, because this is the one piece that often gets overlooked. Are you stressed out? Are you overwhelmed? Are you not getting enough sleep? Are you turning to food for comfort more often than you realize? Have your habits changed at all? These things matter. Fat loss isn't just about calories and workouts. It's about your lifestyle, your mindset, and your ability to stay consistent in a way that feels sustainable. All right, number 6, my last one, hire a coach, even if it's for a short period. Get someone to look at what's going on from an outside perspective. They will more than likely see something that you have overlooked due to being too close to the issue, which is a very common thing in human behavior. And so if you hire someone like me, my goal is to teach you what you need to know so you can do this all on your own. I know it's anti-business philosophy, but my ultimate goal is simple: to help you find your path, trust your own strength, and reach a point where you feel empowered enough to say, I've got this, I don't need you anymore. And then maybe you can check in occasionally. Maybe we make small adjustments and then we just keep moving forward. All right. I know this has been a really quick podcast episode, but to wrap it up, know if you're in a plateau right now, I want you to take a breath. You're not broken. Your body isn't working against you. This is just part of the process. Get curious instead of frustrated. Look at what's actually happening, make small adjustments, and keep moving forward. Because progress doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from staying consistent, staying aware, and being willing to adapt. You've got this. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to my podcast or tell someone else about it. I would greatly appreciate it. You may also find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Body and Mind Strong. Also, if this episode resonates with you and you're ready for more clarity, balance, and support in your wellness journey, I'd love to hear from you. Reach out to me at renee at bodyandmindstrong.com, and stay tuned for more episodes on helping you create a healthier, happier, stronger life for yourself. And make sure you're doing at least one thing today that gets you one step closer to one of your goals. Have a great day.